Good morning from day 63. I'm coming to you after taking a Nero then a zero. Yeah, my first zero in a very, very long time. I spent it with a dear college friend of mine, so we got to catch up. And after 20 years not seeing each other, and so it was a really good opportunity for me just to kind of take a break from the trail, to get rested physically. I needed it. And then start planning this next little stretch. I've got about 10 days before, not even that, but between here and the next time I have to get off the trail, which I knew about well in advance, to go to my first one's graduation. So back on trail. I got dropped off in the dark at 6 o'clock at McAfee Knob Trailhead, and it's only a couple of days to get into Daleville. So how it is all working out with all the timing and everything between here and how I get picked up in about a week's time. It's kind of, so not all the days are going to be crushing the miles. So today is going to be just a 10.5, which sets me up to get into Daleville tomorrow for a little quick resupply. Hit it. There's some shops right off the trail, then keep going. So just 10.5 miles today, and I got on trail early. So that means I get to saunter down the trail versus just kind of, head down and plow through miles. So I'm hitting McAfee Knob today. It's a little overcast, but the weather, I missed all the rain. That was yesterday while I was on my zero, and also the afternoon of my Nero. So not bummed that I didn't have to pack away a wet tent this morning. I'm not dealing with condensation. Trail is in good conditions, but yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Maybe the sun will peek out. We'll see. McAfee Knob 1.5, Tinker Cliffs 6.6. I'm heading north. I've already passed 2 shelter sites. I guess it is such a popular area for hiking. Obviously, it's one of the most iconic photo spots on the trail. So I guess that they get a lot of people that are passing through and want to take advantage of this really scenic spot. So I haven't been hiking very long. I've been like 2 hours and past 2 shelters. That's kind of remarkable. It's funny, I met a witch once who turned me into a newt. I got better. But the sun kind of coming through those clouds. Yeah. What a view. Alright, here I am at the Knob. Probably the most iconic photograph spot on the AT. License plates, t-shirts, you name it. You see this view, and the people standing right there so often. So I was happy I got to go out there and experience it for myself. The views, as you can tell, are just absolutely killer. I was chatting with another hiker, and we were talking about some of the best views we've seen. Charlie's Bunyan, that view, just because where it is over, within the Smoky Mountains, is so incredible. But this one's up there too. And I think some of the photos that I had taken earlier with the sunbeams poking through the broken sky really kind of actually accentuated it. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Although it's cold. And so everybody got out here and was putting on jackets, and I was sitting here kind of freezing a little bit. So it was not too hard to come up here. So even for a day hiker, if you wanted to do the McAfee Knob overlook, there's a good easy parking lot with access to up here, and it was a few miles. It says it's strenuous, and you know, that's subjective, I know, but it really was not too terrible of a hike. Shelters along the way, so places to if you needed to stop and use a privy, they got that too. So pretty accessible. So I could see why a lot of day hikers would want to come up here and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful spot. I just can't get enough of these views. Here's another view, and there's the airport down in the distance there, but man, it's just incredible. It's a good thing I only have 10 miles to do today, because, you know, and it's cold. So if it was, I could stay up here for a lot longer. I do have all my warm weather gear, cold weather gear I could put on to stay warm and enjoy it, but I could get sucked into these views and just stay here and picnic and spend the afternoon just looking out, staring off at the distance. Well, I was just strolling along, and then I started hiking with dance moves, and he's hiking fast, so okay, somebody to talk to, so I'm now hiking fast. So no longer just a strolling day, but getting through those miles real fast, moving towards Stinker Cliffs.
Off my cracker.
Yeah. That does look like a fallen rock, but that's a good looking boulder right there.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do a little.
Yeah, maybe it might collapse one of these days, but so the AT's not going to go under it, because it'll be like one of those deadfall traps. You kill a mouse or a rodent or something like that in survival school. You always see it like on you know, like Naked and Afraid or something. flatten rodent to eat. I don't want to be a flattened rodent. All right, the view from Tinker Cliffs. Yeah, it's spectacular. There might be a couple of other ledges. We'll go poke around to see if there's some more other views. but I made it to the shelter site, and it's a nice little shelter up on top, and you walk down to a stream and a large assortment of camp spots. So I had lunch, was chatting with a nice gentleman named Kuba, and later Subman. Subman has tag number 8 because he lined up on January 1st at Amicalola Falls to register for his thru hike, which is kind of cool to meet somebody with that low of a number. Anyway, so I am down here at the tenting area near the stream. It's just right there. It is really bright and green. It's after lunch. It is 1:30 in the afternoon. There's no camping as far as I can see from here to Daleville, which is why I decided not to go further. And so I'm thinking of setting up my tent and relaxing. And so this little patch of earth, while it may not look like much, is what I'm going to claim for tonight. So next to set up my tent. As Mountain Turtle would say, et voila. So now I'm going to blow up my sleeping pad and unpack my quilts, and that's pretty much all I do to set up and blow up my pillow. A winter firefly. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up from day 63. It was a very nice, quiet night here at this shelter. Man, I love how green everything has gotten. The tree canopy here is just really, really filled in, and it just made for a very peaceful and tranquil afternoon. On that theme of peace and tranquility, I had the opportunity to have a lunch and dinner with a gentleman here who's a Buddhist monk at a local monastery, and so we're talking about his life and what his abilities to travel and all that he's encountering and the life that he's leading as a monk. I did feel bad, though, because at the table, while we're sitting there, there were a ton of spotted lanternflies. And I don't know if you know what those are, but they're an invasive species that has really become prevalent in definitely the mid-Atlantic, and is spreading and spreading and spreading. They're destructive to crops. They're harmless to humans. They don't bite. But they really are everywhere now. And there were a lot of young spotted lanternflies. So in a non-very Buddhist way, I was kind of smushing a few of those in and around the table that were crawling in and around our food. And but because they're invasive and they're destructive, and they don't have a lot of natural predators, so they are really becoming prolific out here. But I thought that was a little bit ironic that we're talking about peace and love and tranquility and nature and all the joys of being out here on the trail while I'm trying to eradicate some pests. But anyway, so easy 10.5 miles from the trailhead that led to McAfee Knob. What a great view that Tinker Cliffs and McAfee Knob, of course, did not disappoint. I got some of those iconic pictures that everyone loves. Yeah, I can see why that is the iconic, representation of the trail. That and Charlie's Bunyan are the two far best that I've seen so far. Views, I hope I can find some more. Obviously, I will welcome any and all. But I set up my tent, I got in it, I relaxed, and I took a nap, which is the first time I've taken a nap, since Georgia, I think, maybe Tennessee. Just always been go, 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 but trying to learn to slow down a little bit. I've set a schedule. I'm trying to stick to it instead of getting ahead of it. But tomorrow will be a good day, a fairly average day, one that'll bring me into town even too. So, but I'm not staying there, just getting touch and go. But a good night overall. So, I hope the views come out on camera and do it justice. It really is beautiful. I could see even if you cannot do the AT, if you're in Central Virginia here, Central Southern Virginia, it was a 3.6 mile thereabout walk, moderately strenuous, but not if you can hike, especially with a light pack, you can make it up to McAfee Knob. I do recommend getting out and seeing it at some point in time. It is truly spectacular. So, okay, I've talked far too long. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for following along, and I hope to see you in the next chapter.